This presentation was made by Will Monje, Jeff Gore, and Michael Nyland. The following Tableau dashboards were created to assess the Airbnb market in the Portland metro area. This data would be incredibly useful for someone who is trying to list places to stay in Portland. They would need to know average pricing, what neighborhoods are the best, is the market busy, and more. The purpose of this assessment is to analyze the key relationships and correlations that answer these questions. I'll hand it over to Jeff now, who will dive into the first dashboard.
Our heat map shows average price by neighborhood. It gives a good approximation of where different neighborhoods are located and the respective price associated with those neighborhoods. This will be helpful for people who are looking to list but are unsure of what a fair price would be. Additionally, it can also help people who are looking for a rental and are unfamiliar with the area or a fair price for that area. The bar graph is pretty straightforward and it shows the average price by the three room types offered. This helps give us a general overview of the price of the Portland area as a whole, and it could be helpful in considering how much your house or property you'd want to rent out and how much you'd ask for to get a fair return on the effort required to maintain. The tree map has a lot of information on it and can be a bit overwhelming at first, but with the aid of the filter and the hover over, it becomes quite helpful in showing the average minimum nights and the average number of reviews by neighborhood. This gives you an idea of what prospective renters are looking for and how much engagement you should expect on your listing. The highlight filter affects the heat map and the tree map, highlighting the selected neighborhood, making it much easier to find out details of a specific area you are interested in. This small feature makes it much easier to isolate data, as well as allowing you to explore things at your own pace.
Thanks, Jeff. On our second dashboard, following up on the bar graph that we utilized, we went with a scatter plot by average price per neighborhood and room type. And as you can see with the hover over for the Alameda neighborhood, you can see the average price for an entire home / an apartment is $174. But if you scroll down in Alameda, the average price for a private room falls all the way down to 70.4. While this might seem like a lot of data jumbled up into one, you can easily see that there are outliers in certain neighborhoods, which gives you a little bit more interesting perspective on different pricing by neighborhood. Moving down to the bubble map, you will see that they're color coded by neighborhood, showing by size, availability, pricing, and reviews for each neighborhood. As you can see with the Markham neighborhood, they have an average availability of 51 units at an average price of 132 with a decent amount of reviews. But if you move over to the Pearl district, which is a little bit larger, the average availability jumps up, but the average price also jumps up and the number of reviews will jump up as well, which can give you a better perspective on, what's going on in each neighborhood. And then scrolling over here to the line graph, it will show you reviews by price, as in 2012, it was $705 for average price. Whereas over here in 2019, it drops all the way down to 109.9. However, the reviews back in 2012 was only 8 per neighborhood. It goes all the way up to 2019 at 95 reviews per neighborhood, which shows a correlation between the price going down in the Portland metro region, while the number of reviews goes substantially up. And then as our filter, we can delete on our scatter plot pricing. And it will show you which neighborhoods have the lowest pricing, and it'll blow them up in size to make them more readily available to read. Thank you. Back to you, Will.
Thanks, Michael. So as you can see, there is a lot of data to analyze when deciding whether or not to list on Airbnb in Portland. We would say the market is strong and busy overall. Prices are steady for the most part, with some outliers on the low and high ends of the spectrum. We believe diving into the Portland market would be a good decision if you have properties ready to go. We hope you found this presentation insightful. and thanks for your time.